welcome back to another episode of the Lounge, baby. Remix. And we back in here with another great one for you all. Starting off first and foremost, my amazing co-host for the Lounge Remix, Mr. Sherm himself, a man, the myth, the legend, the icon. We got my boy Sherm in the cut. What it do, baby?
What's up? How you doing? How you feeling, boy?
Oh man, we great. We great. Glad to have you back.
Absolutely.
Coming back, my boy, the only Thunder fan I know.
I
We
don't do
got my
that, man.
man from up the street. We got my boy Rico in the cut. Welcome back again, Fed. How you doing, man?
What's good, man? But I don't like how you try to play Thunder fans like that. Don't do
You the
that.
only Thunder fan I know. I don't know
Don't
another
even do
Thunder fan.
that.
And joining us, our newest addition to the show, coming straight out the shot, we got my boy Mr. Jado in the cut. Jado, talk to him, man. What's good? What's good?
How you feeling? How you feeling?
We great, man. We are excellent. But y'all already know how we gonna start the show off, just like I do every show. Like I say, Sean, it's time to test your ball knowledge, man. So tonight we got a special one. We saw that they finally released the full Team USA, and we got who went where. Basically, for each member of Team USA roster, you have to name what school they went to for college.
All right.
I give you guys 3 misses. And hey, bonus points if you could tell me where the coach went to college too, because Steve Kerr is the coach.
Okay.
So bonus points if you could tell me what coach from. But without further ado, man, anybody start us off?
So first off, we got LeBron on the team. LeBron ain't going to college, so we can throw that out.
Yeah, go ahead. X off.
High school, yep. LeBron, Frank. What
Same,
high
same
school?
area.
Okay, bet. What high school? All right, we cool. All right,
Who
next.
else on the team?
We got
KD, right?
Matter of fact, I'll name the players if y'all want to say what school they went to.
Oh, I got KD all real. I didn't even get that one out of the way.
KD went to Texas.
Yeah,
Texas. So y'all, all right. So y'all got KD. KD did go to Texas. Other members of the team, we got Bam.
Kentucky.
Bam went to Kentucky.
Okay, D Book.
Kentucky.
All right, Anthony Davis.
Kentucky.
UCLA.
We just getting the East was out the way.
Was it?
The East was out the way.
Nah, Anthony Davis from Kentucky, bruh.
He was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, Kevin Durant, y'all already said Texas.
That's Texas.
Steph Curry.
Davidson.
That was Davidson, yeah.
Come on
Anthony Edwards.
Georgia.
Okay.
All right, y'all moving slick with it. Joel Embiid.
Kansas.
Kansas.
With Andrew Wiggins on.
Yeah, Mr. Drew Holiday.
UCLA.
Dude, he does a snipe. God, dog. UCLA for Mr. Drew Holiday. I like how the other two got quiet. Kawhi.
Oh, no, that's not. San Diego State.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. There we go.
Mr. Jason Tatum.
Dude.
I
know.
Last but certainly not least, Sherm, be quiet. Tyrese Halliburton.
He went to Iowa State, didn't
he? God damn, y'all boys on it. Now, bonus round. Head coach, Mr. Steve Kerr.
Did Steve Kerr go to Arizona?
Yes, he did go to Arizona.
Let's get it.
Hey, y'all
That's
boys
easy,
cooked up, man. I might have to try a little harder to stump y'all.
We need a reward for that. What a reward.
It's money, baby.
I give y'all a high five.
It's not good enough.
But, man, we're going to hop right into the show, man. Sherm, the floor is yours. Let us know how we getting into it, baby.
Well, first things first, we already know the NBA playoffs started on Saturday. So we did going to talk a little bit about the first couple of games we've been seeing from each series, So I wanted you guys to bring to the table 3 winners and 3 losers from the first couple of games, first couple of days of the NBA postseason. So let's get to it, man. 3 winners, 3 losers.
You want to go, each of us give a winner, each of us give a winner, each of us give a winner, or you want to go, each of us give a winner, each give a winner?
Let's do it that way. Let's go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like easier that way.
All right. So everybody, it don't matter who you want to start with, man. I think Jay, you knew, man. So who you want to start with?
So we doing like series wise?
Yeah. Which teams are the winners for you right now?
Can I name a player?
Absolutely. Anything.
Yeah,
You
for sure.
name player, coach,
Alright.
GM, anything.
I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ride with my boys, the Timberwolves. They've been
Timberwolves.
cooking. They've been cooking lately. I don't think the Suns got nothing for them.
You don't think the
Sorry,
Suns
shit.
got enough left in the tank?
They ain't got no
We'll
defense.
see. They playing right now, and it was not looking good right before we hopped on. It was not looking good for Phoenix. Grayson
7
Allen
point.
just rolled his ankle, man. So we gonna see. I think the Timberwolves, they really surprised me. Like I didn't think they was gonna get waxed by the Suns, but I thought it was gonna be closer, more competitive than
Yeah.
it has been so far. But like he said, like J Dill said, the Minnesota's defense has really, really impressed me. We've seen in the past, the playoffs, what do teams do? They normally attack Rudy Gobert. Well, now you see in these past 2 games, they've been switching on to Gobert. D Book can't get going. Bradley Beal can't get going. Even KD, he can't get going. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I do think the series gonna change when they get back to Phoenix. Okay, maybe Phoenix can solve some things, but we're gonna see. Grayson Allen going down, they already weren't a deep enough team. So I have Phoenix as a loser. So
So for me though, I kind of like the direction we're going in. But to me, a big winner so far in the playoffs, and it might sound crazy, to me the Pelicans are a winner. Strictly because after Zion went down, we didn't know exactly what direction that they were going to go into, how they were going to attack it. And I think I was talking to you, Sherm, when I said that, hey, when these star players go down, now's the time for everybody else to show us, hey, show us what you got, show us what you can do. And more specifically, Troy Murphy III coming out, leading them in scoring, showing that, hey, he may be able to guy to get it done. I was hoping that Jordan Hawkins got some PT going forward, just, kind of spread the love with the young guys, because we know that, after this season, somebody's time in New Orleans is coming to an end. And I don't think it's Zion.
Maybe a couple
I
somebody's.
Yeah, I think this is the time that they're gonna, make a big change, because we looked at this the other day, man. They don't have a point guard on the roster.
Nah.
They have a point guard. They only have technically one true point guard on the roster that you would trust, and that's CJ McCollum. So for them to be able to evaluate what they have, and the Thunder team is no pushover. And I hate hearing that, they inexperienced, this, that, and the third. I don't want to hear it. Basketball is basketball. Only time that experience shows is down the stretch. So these both two inexperienced teams, if you really count it for that much. So, looking at it like that, I feel like the Pelicans are winners because they're seeing what they have for the future.
that's a good point. They definitely need to make some sort of change in the offseason. If I'm then, I'm looking at DeJounte Murray in Atlanta. I'm calling Atlanta. I'm saying, hey, y'all want Brandon Ingram for DJ? Let's see what type of deal we can make there. So they definitely need to make a change. They got so many good wings, forwards, Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, Zion Ingram. There's just too many right now. So I think they need to ship a couple of those guys out and bring in some pieces to solve other things around their roster.
I agree with that.
Shooter, even Trey Young, get him over there.
Hey.
Man, you pick
I
your
think-
poison. Which one you want?
I think
Trey will
Young-
go to the Lakers, bro. We already
Yeah,
know.
I think Trey Young's only destination is somewhere like the Lakers. It's gonna be all or nothing for somebody like Trey Young, and I'm all here for it. But I think, like we were talking about the other episode with Trey Young, I don't know who Atlanta's GM is. I'm not good with front office names, but it feels like he's trying so hard to prove that Trey Young and Luka are on the same level, rather than trying to make those moves to make his team, better or capable.
That's 100% right. I support the Hawks. I support Trey Young. We ain't gonna talk about all that today. We're not gonna talk about non-playoff teams. We gonna give them their time in the off season. But I think Trey Young, they just have done a terrible job of surrounding him with talent. So maybe moving in a guy on the wing like Brandon Ingram, even Zion, if he's available. All these injuries that have been piling up for him in his career, if the Pelicans make him available, I think a couple teams are going to be very interested.
If just before we keep moving, if Zion was to become available, where are three potential landing spots that you can see Zion next season?
Besides Atlanta?
Yeah, besides Atlanta.
Well, I think for one, you got to look at the New York teams. Okay, you got to look at the Knicks and the Nets, see what they might offer up because New York they love big star hunting, right? You always got to look at the Heat, man. Always something with the Heat. They always in the mix for somebody. I think Zion. I'm not sure if he's a big culture fit there, but if they get in Zion,
They're gonna be on his.
If we get Zion and get him in shape, I'm gonna be honest, if we get Duke Zion, oh my goodness.
And then I think another team that you got to look out for is Charlotte. He's from that area. I think Charlotte. They have a couple young guys, a couple picks they could probably throw in the deal as well. Kind of bring him to Charlotte, pair him up with LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, who's a dog, so maybe make that little big three moving forward.
And another place that I think, don't sleep on it, I think you could see a team like the Mavericks trying to make some kind of move on
Mavericks?
I do, because you could see them trying to bring in somebody to bring that front court presence up some. They got PJ Washington out here getting meaningful minutes. I feel like they would try and make some kind of move. I feel like they
I don't know. Because I feel like with the Mavericks, with Zion's game, he's the best with the ball in his hands. And now you got Dallas, like Luka is also the best with the ball in his hands. And Kyrie also needs the ball in his hands. So I think that fit with the three of them. And then, Zion's not the best defensive player. None of them are. So I think that would be a tough fit for Dallas.
I would just think
Zion can when he wants to. He just don't do it all the time.
Jay, I think I cut you off, Jay. What were you going to say?
This might be a hot take, but like Zion to the Grizzlies.
I was thinking about them.
Not mad at that.
I was thinking about them too. Because especially they probably gonna have a top 10, top 8 lottery pick this year. If they ship that out, pair up Zion in that front court with Jaren Jackson, and then you got Ja. Ooh, that'll be tough.
It's gonna be Oop City, boy. Oop City.
You know they buddies.
Oh, yeah.
Now, starting off the playoff disappointments. My first disappointment for the playoffs this far is got to be the Philadelphia 76ers. And I'm going to tell you why. The L's ain't here. Excuse me. I'm not going to drag them too bad. But I just hate personally, I don't understand what was the rush to bring Joel Embiid back this season. I just personally don't. He doesn't look healthy. He looks like, and I kept hearing him say, we get 75% of Embiid, we're going to be good. You got 75 to 80% of them now, and it's not working.
That don't look like 75. I ain't gonna lie.
And I hate that they rushed him back, and now he's looking bad. Because the reason I think that it's so bad, this is a completely different team from when he left. It's not the same team. Yeah. So when they had the system where everybody was complaining, Buddy Hield ain't been doing good these last 2 games. I'm like, these guys, when they got here, they didn't have to share all these shots with Joe. They didn't have to do this. So I'm feeling like you almost set yourself up for this failure, and that's why it's so disappointing.
I got you on that. I ain't even said my winner either for the last one.
Oh, you didn't? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm gonna keep it short. I got the Cavs because I don't think a lot of people expected them to be in the position they're in right now. Realistically. Yeah. Even though that might be one of the sleeper first round, matchups, but hey, they doing their thing right now. They doing their thing.
Yeah, and I definitely thought that I definitely was a believer that Donovan Mitchell wasn't back fully healthy yet. So he's looking a whole lot better. I didn't think he was back healthy.
Nah, he wasn't looking back fully healthy before the playoffs.
I'm telling you. Jay, what you got for me, man? Who you got for your disappointment?
Disappointment? I don't know. It's pretty much been good basketball. Like, the only really disappointing team is probably like the Sixers, like you said. It's been a lot of good basketball going around. Every game been pretty much close. But I'm going to say the Lakers been tweaking right now. I'm going to give it to them.
Thank you. I was hoping somebody was going to bring them up, man.
Hey, come on, man. We still got a lot more show left to go. But what's your beef with the Lakers this week? I'm not going to say I don't understand it because I definitely do. But what's your beef?
You got to hear
your... Who, me?
No, I'm just, either one of y'all.
My beef, you already know what my beef with the Lakers is. LeBron James cannot step up in the clutch and deliver like he used to. That's my beef with the Lakers.
You saw how many points he had?
You know what they need? You know what they need? They need somebody on that roster to step up and help LeBron.
Yeah.
And ain't nobody trying to step up and help LeBron, bro. They was up 20 points, bro.
Yeah.
And mind you, it was a defensive loss, but at the end of the day, they're up 20 points. And nobody can deliver in the clutch. And that's the problem. That's the problem with the Lakers all the time, bro. They depend on LeBron to do everything. And when LeBron doesn't have it going, they going to lose. And that bothers me because you got a former All-Star D'Angelo Russell on the team. You got Anthony Davis, who wanted to cry in the media talking about I should be Defensive Player of the Year and then gets gamed on the next night. You know, like, come on, man. Somebody got to step up. And with the Lakers, I'm also looking at their coach, Darvin Ham, bro. We can all see you. We can all see you, Darvin Ham. You're not doing nothing. He's just sitting there with his hands in his pockets. No adjustments being made. He's not putting his players in the best position to win the game. They're just a mess right now, man. And I don't know. Maybe if they played another team, maybe if they played, OKC, we'd be having a different discussion. But maybe it's just because they're going against Denver, and Denver's the best team in the league. But the Lakers have just disappointed me so much, man. I thought, honestly, I feel the same way with the Lakers that I do the Sixers. Both games, they should have won, and they didn't because their star player could not deliver them. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't know about the last part, but
I'm gonna be real though. I kind of agree with what he said. I saw Lakers fans ready to burn their starters at the stake. And I'm like, you can't. To me, you can't do that. It's rare that Rui shoots this bad, but y'all are trying to blame Rui, D'Lo, and Austin Reeves. Like, bro, not D'Lo. I'm sorry. Y'all are trying to blame Rui and Austin Reeves. Like, bro, this is the best lineup that you have. Like, this is the lineup you should have been running the entire season.
Now, I will say, bro, Austin Reeves has been struggling, bro. He's not been hooping. He's not showing up. I will say that. D'Lo ain't show up in game 1, but he showed up in game 2. But like, come on,
AR, yeah, I don't know.
But the thing about it is, what do y'all expect? What is your expectation for Austin Reeves?
He hit more shots.
Outside of Lakers fans, I want to know what's the true expectation for Austin Reeves.
This is the dude, bro. This is the dude who had like 20 and 10 against the Grizzlies last year, bro. And that's what he averaged for the series. Like, come on now. Now he's going against Denver. I mean, you just got to cook, hit your open shots, take that pressure, that ball handling pressure on LeBron. He's going out there, frankly, he's playing like a rookie right now. And we can't have that, bro. You've been in the league 3-4 years. Like, come on now. You played in the Western Conference Finals. Like, just show up. And right now, hold on. I gotta just say, Minnesota just blew the doors off Phoenix right now, bro.
Did it just get bad? It was only 7.
It's bad, bro. It's a 17-point game right now.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, somebody who want to start us off with a Jay? Did you get? Yeah, you gave your dislike. Who want to start us off with something?
Well, my disappointment though was the Lakers too, but most specifically, Gabe Vincent and Jackson Hayes. What is it? They didn't even show up to the game, huh? They still in LA, ain't it?
Oh,
I don't know. 0 points both of them throughout. Nah. Why is Gabe even out there?
Bro, I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
He's out there to defend Jamal Murray. I feel like that's the reason the Lakers signed him in the first place, because he actually played good defense on Jamal Murray in the finals last year, and I think that's kind of why the Lakers signed him. But you can tell he's not fully healthy after that knee injury, and he's just going out there getting cardio at this point. Spencer Dinwiddie, I almost said the other name, but I ain't gonna be disrespectful. We can keep it family friendly. Spencer Dinwiddie, he just getting out there getting cardio, cashing checks. I mean, we gonna see you in China next year, Spencer Dinwiddie. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, he robbing LA. Gabe robbing LA.
I didn't understand that signing. Why do you want Spencer Dinwiddie?
I ain't know. I think they just felt like they had to sign somebody. Honestly,
they feel like they need another ball handler next to LeBron, man. Because none of their guys, Austin Reeves not stepped up, D'Lo not stepping up, so they felt like they needed another ball handler to help out LeBron. That's why they gonna trade for Trae Young in the offseason. Talk soon.
Man, unless Frank Vogel walking back through them doors, this ain't gonna work.
I think it's attainable though. You not see how close these games is with Denver?
The games are very close, but it's bothering me that we're seeing that. I guess it's bothering me that we're getting so far down the stretch and we're not finishing. That's what's bothering. A team that has 2 All-NBA players isn't finishing. And that's what's bothering me.
What a lead like
They got the greatest player of all time, don't they?
They blew
They
2
do,
leads because they
but
stopped.
I mean, but like you just said, some of these guys underperform. It's no reason for you to underperform when, to me, it's not as much pressure in this situation. And what I mean by that is, it's a first round matchup. Calm down. Everybody take a step. You know what I'm saying? Take a step back. This ain't this not per se a legacy defining moment. Just take it game by game. That's what's bothering me. Everybody's thinking so. The only team, in my opinion, that even has the right to think somewhat far ahead is a team like the Celtics, but rightly so, because they've earned that right. Nobody else should be thinking no further than the game in front of them right now. And I think that's what's getting me. Everybody's thinking 4 or 5 games in advance.
Next series, yeah.
All right. Next thing, something that made me feel good. I'm gonna be honest. Outside of some of the bad foul calls, I think what's been making me feel good is these games, how they've been refed. We know that after All-Star, it's been kind of discussed that they want to limit the amount of fouls. That's why we've been getting it. They may have limited a little too much because there was some fouls at the end of that New York game last night. I give you that.
More than
I kind of like the let them play type of style. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want.
Oh yeah, to an extent though. To an extent.
Yeah, but I don't want to see 47 free throws in a playoff game.
I don't think nobody does, but
exactly
when it's egregious though, it's like, come on now. Like,
oh, for sure. Well, that's just my thing. Anybody else? What y'all got for me, man? I was just kind of impressed with the refs.
Hey man, let's talk about a winner. Jason Tatum and the Boston.
Man,
no.
Knicks.
Come on
Knicks.
now.
Knicks.
Come on now. We gotta discuss this, man.
That's not to me. You're not winning right now.
I
Bro.
think y'all cannot play him right now and win this season.
No, but you know why I like this though. Even though Jimmy Butler is not playing, it's still the Miami Heat. They still got a good culture, good defense. This is a team that's been bothering Boston for the past. We played them for the past 4 years, man, and they've always bothered us. So I think it's good that even though Jimmy Butler's not playing, we're exercising some demons. We're getting some practice in.
Yeah, this personal with the Celtics.
I view it kind of like a scrimmage, and this is exactly what we need. It's preparing us for the future rounds when we might have to play Milwaukee. We might got to play Philly. We might got to play Cleveland. So this is just preparing us for future rounds. So Boston Celtics, we getting the Heat out of there. Where my broom at, man? This gonna be a 4-game sweep.
Anyway,
we gonna have a week off. We gonna be chilling in Miami, and then we gonna get right. You feel me?
Fans are the most annoying people on this planet.
You know what season it is, boy.
I ain't gonna lie, Denver fans starting to get annoying too, though.
They is.
But Denver fans are winning. They've won.
That don't mean they're not annoying. They're annoying.
Boston fans ain't won jack nothing.
Mind you, we got 17 championships. So what are you talking about?
Y'all have one championship since 1987, big dog.
I mean, so do the Nuggets. So do the Nuggets.
That's the Nuggets. The Nuggets won last year though. The Nuggets, your team,
and we gonna win this year. So next topic.
Your team has one championship since you've been alive. Hush.
Next topic, man. Let's also talk about Damian Lillard, man.
Please, before I throw some at Sean.
I'm liking the Clips right now. I ain't gonna lie.
The Clips.
The Clips been performing like real good.
We gotta see how they play tonight.
Yeah, Kawhi play tonight, so it's gonna be looking scary.
I gotta see. You're right. I do gotta.
They look good against Mavs though. I give them that.
I was kind of disappointed with Dallas, bro, but I thought their wings would play a lot better than they did. And I mean, with Dallas, it's just the Luka and Kyrie show. Nobody else is stepping up. And I think that's going to be a big problem for them. I definitely thought, some of their other dudes were going to be stepping up in the first round, but they just didn't in game 1. We'll see about game 2, but with Kawhi coming back, it's kind of slow.
I think they're gonna catch it because I don't think it's not even hating. I don't think James Harden plays like that again. Just honestly,
that's game 1 Harden.
That's game 1 Harden. I don't think Harden can do that for 7 games.
Oh yeah, but guess who coming back? Who can play like that? Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah,
don't need Harden to do that no more.
I think that the Mavericks are the most dangerous team because they feel like a Cinderella team in March Madness that's got hot at the right time.
Now remember, they played like that in the playoffs against the Suns that year when they made the conference finals. They was whenever they lost, they got blew out. But they also came back next game, blew the other team out. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Fed, what you got for a like, man?
Talking about what I like for this postseason.
Yeah.
So far?
I don't think you gave a like. I think you.
I said I like the Cavs.
Okay. I'm sorry. I wanted to make sure I didn't skip you. I accidentally skipped over you before. All right, dislikes, man. Sherm, start us off with some dislikes.
Hey, man. You know I'm a hater, right?
Oh, we know.
And there's a lot of stuff that happens, man. Them Twitter fingers start popping off a couple months ago, talking about a man named Tyrese Halliburton. Best point guard in the East.
I'm on this.
Better than Trae Young.
I'm on this with you. Keep going.
Better than all these other cats. Better than Steph Curry. In-season tournament finals. And then he comes out game one of the playoffs. His first playoff game in his career. He comes out and he puts up a straight stinker. Okay, like, come on now. We need to get this man out of here. That's what I've been telling y'all. Don't tell me somebody a top 5 point guard before I seen him in the playoffs. And I say, what happened? He got exposed. Patrick Beverly, ate him up, bro. Pause. No, did he?
Hold on.
Yeah, and I'm
you feel me, like,
because y'all want to know what Halliburton has right now?
How much?
6 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists.
Oh yeah, I was just looking at that.
He had
a scrub.
Third quarter.
Keeping track of the game. I don't think he's took a shot this quarter.
That boy is a scrub, man. Like, come on. Now I ain't gonna disrespect him. He has been dealing with that hamstring injury. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't been the same since after All-Star break.
I mean, let's be honest, man. He's not that dude, and it's okay. So I'm glad he finally getting exposed. We can stop talking about him like he a top 10, top 5 point guard. Okay, he's a good guard. Now, but I think the biggest thing with Indiana,
not top 10 is crazy.
I think the biggest thing with Indiana though, they got rid of Buddy Hield for whatever reason, and now they just have no shooting around him. And I think that really, really hurt his game, especially with Mathurin. He got injured. They have no shooting on that roster other than Miles Turner. And I think that's something that we're not talking about enough. That really hurt them in game one. They didn't have anybody with the ability to knock down an outside shot.
I agree with it.
Yeah, and I think my biggest beef with Halliburton is you're making 200. You're on a supermax. That's my biggest thing.
We getting paid big boy money.
$264 million to put up 6 points.
That's crazy.
He's just been too passive for me, man. Like you can score. Like I've seen him in person. He hit like 7 threes in the quarter. I was at that game. 7 threes in the quarter, and then a playoff game. Like, I'm sorry, you should be cooking Patrick Beverly, who's like 4 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should be cooking Bobby Portis off a switch, and he's just too passive. Like, he's going out there. Let me dive. No, we don't need you to dive. It's the playoffs. You are all-star. We need you to score, bro. Get bucks. Come on now.
You know what's crazy? I told y'all he's shooting 2 for 7 right now.
Yeah.
He hasn't shot a shot. He shot 1 shot since the second quarter.
That's crazy.
I got to pull it up right now.
I'm sorry, he shot 2. He shot 2 shots since the second quarter.
But can we talk about how good of a pickup Siakam was, though? He been performing.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was kind of destined for Siakam to perform. Because I think the thing I hate about Siakam, people forgot how good he is. People let the spin move meme make you feel like he's weak. He's not weak. I don't understand. Like he's if it's not for him, they're getting swept right now.
For sure.
But you said this earlier, Jay, like about the whole thing with playoff experience don't matter. I don't know. This series kind of proves the opposite a little bit. Like all the dudes on Indy who were struggling, never been in the postseason before, and all of a sudden they're on the road. Well, you see the best player on the court was Siakam, who had an NBA championship. You see a guy like Damian Lillard, who's been in battles before. He just goes crazy. I don't know what happened to him in the second half. He kind of stayed in the locker room at halftime. I don't know, but you see where the playoff experience really, really set those two teams apart for sure.
Jay, talk to us about something you ain't liking, man.
I'm not liking the Magic right now. I ain't gonna lie, I had that series being kind of like closer. The games would be a little closer. I feel like Paolo was gonna step up. The whole team was gonna take it to a higher level, but it's been 2 back-to-back blowouts. I ain't
Yeah,
liking it.
it didn't look competitive. Like, yeah,
I don't know.
I know we talked about it, but for me, it's the Lakers, bro. It still is. I don't like how they have the whole game in control. I'm talking about like firm grasp, like, and then just let it go, stop scoring completely.
I'm not too disappointed in the Magic because we talked about how playoff experience gonna do it. I think that they can protect home court. I feel like they still lose in 6, but I do think they're gonna protect home court. That's the one thing I say. That's how I feel about a lot of these teams. You got a lot of these teams are gonna protect home court and just play way better in front of their own people.
Absolutely. I definitely want to see what's going to happen when they come back to Orlando, how they're going to play. Honestly, their defense has been pretty good so far. If somebody can echo.
Fed, I think you echoing.
You unplug your headphones?
Yeah, I think he came on did. There we go.
One second.
Go ahead, Sharon.
I was gonna say I definitely think the Magic, once they get back to Orlando, they get their 2 games in front of home court. I think they can at least win 1, push it to 5, 6. But their defense has actually played really, really good against Cleveland. I mean, both games Cleveland has scored under 100, I believe. But their offense is just absolutely putrid. For some reason, they made a change in their starting lineup. They've been starting Jonathan Isaac at center over Wendell Carter, even though Wendell has been starting the entire season. I think that was kind of a weird change, and I think maybe that's kind of affecting them a little bit. But overall, the Magic, they just don't have any shooting on this roster. Cleveland knows this. That's why Cleveland wanted to play them. So it's definitely something that they're going to have to address in the offseason. Look, the Magic kind of suck, but, I mean, the fact that they're in the playoffs to begin with is kind of their reward. Like, I don't really care what they do. They were never going to win the championship, let alone win more than 1 round. So, kudos for them. Their fans, I know they're happy. They get that experience with Paolo. Now it's about how are we going to build and take that next step in the offseason. Definitely got to address the shooting or lack of shooting.
Yeah, and I feel like something else that's kind of working in their favor. I always talk about the weakest position. The Cavs' weakest position has always been their 3. That's their weakest position by far. And I feel like with their weakest position being the 3, that's kind of where they have to take advantage. Because I think is Franz Wagner playing the 3 for them?
Yeah.
You got to take advantage. You just have to. But sliding on to the next, let's get one more in as far as the things that we are liking from each of us, and then we'll slide on to some NFL news. So who want to start us off with something else that they're liking? Because I think mine is pretty simple. We talked about this before. I'm loving what the Timberwolves have going on. I've always been a huge Jaden McDaniel guy. I think he's gonna make an all-defensive team this year. He should. And yeah, I feel like they're doing their thing right now, man. They are up 104-88 right now on the Suns. Thought this was gonna be a lot closer of a series. That's what I get for thinking too much. But I do think that this tells you something for both teams. One, this tells you that the Timberwolves defense is legit. I don't think it doesn't per se tell you that the Timberwolves whole team is legit, but when you're going against an offensive juggernaut type of team, your defense is legit. You're beating these guys like they stole some. It's not many games where you're gonna have KD, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal all shooting under 40%. Under 50%. It's just that's not something normal, man. They're doing their thing. They rocking out, and I love it, man. I think this is the real defense wins championships. I think this.
Is my mic set going?
Huh?
Is my mic set going?
Nah, you good.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, though. What you saying?
But nah, I think that's my team. I'm really feeling it.
I think one of the things that I'm really liking is that home court advantage is back. Okay. And I've had this take, going back a couple years that home court in the playoffs just doesn't matter anymore. I mean, for crying out loud, a couple years ago, we saw Luka go in and, I mean, they blew out the Suns by 70, basically, in Game 7
Yeah.
in Phoenix. And I said, like, home court just doesn't matter. We see teams with home court losing all the time. But with that being said, up to this point, you know, all the home court teams have won all their games so far. The only one that's up in the air right now is going to be Milwaukee, Indiana. They're going. Indiana's up by 5, but we'll see what happens, right? But I think home court advantage is being back is a good thing, good sign for the NBA. Fans are getting back to being engaged. We see everybody wearing the matching T-shirts, you know what I'm saying? So I think it really, really is making a big difference.
All right, Fed, what you got for me?
So now we talking about the likes or dislikes?
Yeah, we on likes.
I've been liking I ain't gonna say I hate to say it, but I'm still liking how the Clippers been moving. I can't lie. I'm liking how the now the big question is what we gonna get from James? What we gonna get from James?
I was just gonna say that, boy.
Well,
You better not. Don't
that'll
speak
be
too
like
loud.
the factor, honestly, because
It'll be
with
weird.
Whiteback, we know what he gonna do. We know what PG gonna do. So we gotta see what he gonna do. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I'm not the biggest James Harden fan right now, especially because I know he a windshield wiper right now.
He do for a 9 and a 9 with like 1 for 10 from 3. He do for that. Which is I don't know what it's gonna be.
I think the difference, though, in the past, he's been the show. He's been the first, second option. So if he had a stinker, you couldn't absorb that. But now you look at this Clippers team, man, they got dogs around him. They got Paul George, who has his own playoff warts, but he's also had playoff success before. Let's not do that with PG, okay?
I love
You got
PG.
Kawhi, 2-time champion, 2-time final MVP, who's coming back. If he's healthy, he's one of the best players in the league by far. Then you also got Zubac, man. Like, let's be honest, in this series, Zubac is going to have to eat, okay? He's going to have to eat like Daniel Gafford, Derek Lively, a rookie. He's going to have to put up some 20-point games, which he's capable of. Then you got also, like, you got a lot of shooters, a lot of scorers, Norm Powell, Terrence Mann, all them. So I think James, he could just go in there, hit his open shots, you know, don't be a sieve, a traffic cone on defense, and pass. You know, keep that ball moving. You also got Russell Westbrook, who brings good energy off the bench. Another guy who, when he's your first or second option, maybe not the best, but when you kind of bury him around a lot of stars, and he can just come in, provide that energy off the bench, provide that spark, slash, play good defense. You know, the Clippers got a good formula. I've liked what I've seen from them. Now it's all about, can they keep putting that together for not just the first round, but the second, the third, and hopefully that finals round too.
They got Norman Powell too. I don't think a lot of people talk about him.
He's a dog.
He a bucket, man.
All right, Jay, what you got for me, man?
What I like, even though the Sixers are being trash right now, I'm liking Tyrese Maxey. He's really stepped it up. Since Joel Embiid and the rest of the team ain't been really doing nothing for real.
Yeah.
He consistently dropping buckets for everybody, keeping the team going.
What y'all think about him winning most improved player?
Nah.
I ain't mad at it. I really ain't. I ain't mad at it.
Y'all talking about Maxey?
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
For me, it's between him or Kobe White.
I feel like Kobe should have got
I
it.
feel like Kobe should have got it, but Kobe's not getting it.
They gave the Maxey. To me, he's been the same player he's been for the past 2 years. You know,
Exactly.
I think he just got a couple more shots this year, so his scoring went up. I mean, not to knock him, he's been a dog. He's been hooping. I think he had 30 in both game 1 and game 2, so he's been hooping. He made a couple mistakes at the end of game 2. Okay, but I know, Jay, you was talking about Philly a little bit earlier as a loser. I don't know. That's another team I think when they get back to home court, I mean, I don't see the Knicks winning 2 in Philly. I'm sorry. And I think with Embiid, I mean, at the end of the day, they could have won game 1. That was
They
kind
could
of
have won both games, really.
And then game 2, if Kyle Lowry just makes both free throws, like, we're not even having the discussion. Like, it's a 1-1 series. So I think
Kyle Lowry don't pass the ball, then call a timeout. We have
absolutely. you look at Philly. I mean, they've been able to contain Jalen Brunson. The difference has been they've had Josh Hart go crazy from three.
Yeah.
Dante DiVincenzo go crazy from three. That's really been the difference. And then rebounding. Joel Embiid had 0 rebounds in the second half of game 2.
Yeah.
0 rebounds. I'm not making that up. He literally
That's
had
true.
0 rebounds in the second half of game 2. Like, there's no way. He's 7'3". I don't care about the knee injury. You're 7'3", 280 pounds. Like,
You got to grab.
you out. You know what I'm saying? So I think those are 2 things they just really need to clean up and address. Buddy Hield, we put out a missing person alert for him. I ain't seen him in a while. I don't know what happened to Buddy Hield.
And
I can't tell.
the thing about that Buddy Hield thing, I kind of felt that because, like I said, I bet you he's having a hard time trying to adjust.
Yeah.
Honestly, I bet you adjusting back to Embiid, getting back into the lineup is going to be extremely hard, man.
But we'll see. You know what they say about the playoffs? Role players play better at home. We saw that with the Knicks. Their role players stepped up, even though Jalen Brunson was struggling. Well, now they're going into Philly, a hostile environment. So we're going to see Philly's role players, you know, Kelly Oubre, Nick Batum, Buddy Hield, hopefully.
Man, Nick Batum, don't even mention that name.
Nick Batum a hooper, bro. Like, people be disrespecting
He got a strap too when he get hot.
He do. So we're going to see how they perform at home. I think they coming back to New York tied up 2-2.
But you know, in that rebounding thing, I think Josh Hart had like 15 more last game. That's crazy.
Ridiculous.
Well, bet, man. Sean, we back to you. It's NFL time. I'm ready. Now,
Sir.
we gotta go ahead. We got a new fan in the building, somebody that we control. Jado, let us know who your NFL fandom is for.
I got 2 teams. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a Bengals fan and a Bears fan.
Who and who?
Bengals and the Bears.
Yo, Shiesty.
This dude said the Bengals and the Bears. Come on, man.
Sean, who you for this year?
This year, same team as always. You know, I got Justin Herbert. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Chargers fan, and I got Baker Mayfield in the backyard, 45 minutes away. So, you know, I gotta go with the Chargers in the AFC. In the NFC, I'm rocking with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You feel me? Let's get to the money.
All right, Fed. I think I know what team you going for. It's about time. I think y'all got something going this year.
Oh, by far a Falcons fan, but I do got a secondary team though. I got a secondary team. That's the Ravens. I love Lamar. That's my boy.
Hold on. Scratch that. We gonna act like this man did not just say the Falcons.
Bro, you said the Chargers. Did you not just say Chargers? Oh,
the Atlanta Falcons. First of all, shout out to Matt Ryan. He announced his retirement yesterday. Shout out to Matty Ice. You know, Tom Brady's son. That's all right.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Come on, lad. Hey, shout out to Kirk though. I love me some Kirk Cousins.
Classless.
I don't remember Justin Herbert doing anything yet, bro.
All right.
When the last time he made the playoffs?
No, what I'm saying.
He made it 2 years ago.
He blew like a 30.
Yeah, they had.
I was at that game. I was at that game at halftime. I said the Chargers are going to blow this lead. I turned to my cousin. I said the Chargers are going to blow this lead, and sure enough, they blew it. I was at that game. It was crazy in Jacksonville.
Well, y'all already know I don't have multiple teams.
That's my main team. Good.
Chill, bro. I'm a Packers fan. You know this.
I mean, they cool or whatever. They cool.
Hey, we still own the Bears. That's all that matters.
Y'all not winning this shit up.
We definitely are.
Oh, okay.
This year is either gonna make or break you all, and I don't think you understand that. Y'all
I
went
do agree.
hard. Y'all went so all in on Caleb Williams that if he
during
doesn't
the
have
season
the
now,
greatest rookie quarterback season ever, y'all are gonna cry because y'all went entirely too hard for this Caleb Williams thing.
They better hope they don't play like Zach Wilson.
Think about it though. With all these weapons, you can't do nothing but at least be halfway decent.
That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing.
I understand.
If you can't throw the ball, you gotta go.
I was never completely sold on Caleb Williams. I feel like, yeah, he's the best prospect. But do y'all ever feel like just because you're the best prospect right here, that doesn't make you the best player, if that makes sense?
I get it.
It's almost like, it almost feel like that guy that peaked extremely early. Like, I ever seen the the freaking little dudes that be like have an insane bag when they 10 years old, and then they get the high school hoops and they Julian Newman size. It feel like bro might have just hit that stride entirely too early. And you don't what my biggest thing with rookie quarterbacks, you want to show them that they have a margin for error and room to improve. But if you get one that doesn't feel like they have room to improve, then you in a whole nother can of worms that you got to open. And like perfect example, I call it the Jamarcus Russell effect. He thought he was that much better than everybody else. Turns out he was a scrub.
Yeah, man.
Pretty much. Also, by the way, the Timberwolves and Suns went final. Just want to tell y'all, Anthony Edwards played like crap tonight. 3 for 12. Jaden McDaniels, though, outplayed Kevin Durant tonight.
How many points he had?
25 and 8. KD had 18 and 6.
6 for 15.
Yeah, 6 for 15. Jaden McDaniels shot almost 60%.
What Cat had?
Cat
12.
Yeah, Cat had 12. Second best player was Rudy.
Rudy?
The Eiffel Tower.
Rudy, that's my dog, bro.
Croissant.
Hey, Rudy had 18 and 9, man.
Well,
Man, I like Rudy Gobert now.
He improved his perimeter defense. I want people to know.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He did.
You know, him and Wembanyama, you know, they the best French players in the league right now, man.
They dang near the only French player.
I was just about to say, let me really think about it.
Not many. What's Batum? I was at Batum.
Bro.
I mean, he been in the league like 70 years. I mean, I don't know about that
you
one.
can't even Google Evan Fournier's name. Like, come on now.
That's crazy.
Don't
Now,
Google his name.
That's insane.
But come on, Sherm has some NFL stuff for us, man. Let's go. Talk to me, Sherm.
Listen, man. We know we got the draft coming up on Thursday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday going to be the NFL draft. So with that being said, I had a couple questions for y'all that we can kind of talk about, debate, all that stuff. So I really got 3 questions I'm just going to ask. The first one being, where is JJ McCarthy going? Where y'all think? What team y'all think going to draft him? Let's start with Jay, bro. Where do you think JJ McCarthy going to go?
That's a tough one. I'm saying him some area where a lot of teams can use a QB.
And
but nobody really knows how he gonna translate though. Like, I don't know.
Am I out of pocket to say I can see JJ McCarthy, and I don't know how this is gonna work out? Am I out of pocket saying that I can see JJ McCarthy end up in either? I feel like he can either end up in Washington, New England, and I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up behind Justin Herbert. I would not be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
You're bugged.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised.
And it's not even because Herbert is bad. It's just I can see them making a boneheaded move like this.
When they need to get a receiver, but it's all good.
Exactly. I can see them making the most boneheaded decision.
Oh, the Chargers need a receiver, offensive lineman, cornerbacks, edge rushers.
And
they need everything. Why would they draft a quarterback? The quarterback is the one position they got.
That's some Chargers ish. That's some Chargers ish right there.
Come on now.
But if we're being realistic, though, I don't think he should go any higher than to the Giants, maybe. And even then, if I'm the Giants, is it bad if you I know next year's quarterback class isn't the best, but is it bad if you take another building block, rock it out with Daniel one more year, and then draft a QB next year because you know you're going to be bad?
That's what I think
that's exactly what they should do.
Yeah, because I feel like they need to do what the Jets should have did before they got Zach Wilson. I think the Jets should have went ahead and got somebody maybe like Penei Sewell or something and start building the rest of the roster out.
Exactly. Because you eventually ended up with Aaron Rodgers. That was the, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, y'all could have lost game with or without Zach Wilson. So I mean,
for sure. So I feel like that's the situation that we're in, where I think and then outside of going to the Giants, I can see him slipping out of the first if the Giants don't take him. I don't think he's a first round if the Giants don't take him that late.
I think Denver and Minnesota are his floor, right? We've heard a lot of rumors that Minnesota has been trying to trade up for him, but I think Minnesota wants to trade up for Drake May.
Yeah,
and if they can't get into the top 5, I think they'll stay at 11, and they'll take JJ McCarthy. But the other team I'm looking at is going to be Denver. If he falls to Denver, I think they're at 12. If he falls to Denver at 12, they definitely got to take him because right now their quarterback room is Zach Wilson, Garrett Stidham, and Ben DiNucci.
But I think they just hot take though. They might be tanking. I don't know. I think they might be.
They need to.
I think that next year's top quarterbacks aren't as bad as we think they may be.
No, I ain't gonna say every year because there's always some busts in there, but every year you're gonna be able to find a good quarterback at least. Even further down in the draft, it don't got to be a first rounder. I mean, guys like Russell Wilson, Kirk Cousins, they weren't first round picks. Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time, was a first round pick. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it all comes down to evaluating prospects. The biggest thing about quarterback is never the talent. The biggest thing about quarterback is the infrastructure you have organizationally and the coaching that goes into it. That's the biggest difference maker at the end of the day. Because Tom Brady was never the most talented cat out there. Like a guy like Brock Purdy, okay, not the most talented cat out there, but they still are in like championship, level teams because of the coaching staff and the roster around them.
And I'm gonna ask y'all a few guys. JJ McCarthy or Shedeur Sanders?
Shedeur.
I'm going Shedeur for sure.
I might have to go Shedeur too. I ain't gonna lie.
JJ McCarthy or Quinn Ewers?
Quinn kind of slept on. I ain't gonna lie. Quinn kind of slept on.
I like Quinn, but I'll take JJ over him, honestly.
I was about to say JJ showed me he can win at the big level.
I didn't like how Quinn performed in that playoff game.
Yeah, I ain't either.
Jada, who you think? JJ McCarthy or Quinn Ewers?
I'm gonna go JJ.
All right. JJ McCarthy, final one. JJ McCarthy or Jalen Milroe?
Come on now.
I'm just asking.
Comparing a quarterback to a running back, bro.
I'm asking. Milroe looking better. Looking solid.
Listen. I had the Bama hoodie on, okay? But I'll be the first one to tell you I'm not a Milroe fan. All right, so give me JJ McCarthy all day.
Milroe ain't bad though. I feel like it depends on what situation he end up in though. He can't be the one to lead your franchise out of property now. That ain't gonna happen.
So why am I drafting him then?
I'm impressed.
I'm just telling you, maybe you like somebody like the Vikings or something. Hey, you got what you need around him. But
he fixed his mechanics. That's what I'm most impressed about. He fixed his mechanics.
Well, we're gonna see what Milroe does, this next year. Alabama, they lost Nick Saban. We're gonna see how Milroe performs.
Yeah, a lot of people hit that transfer portal.
Yeah.
Sean, let's move it on. What's our next? What you think? What's our next move?
My next question. All right, so we got a Chicago Bears fan on the podcast. So I got a question specifically about the Bears. They got 2 first-round picks. Obviously, number 1, they're gonna take Caleb Williams. But their second first-round pick, number 9. I want to know what you think the Bears are going to do with it. Are they going to take receiver, lineman, defense, or are they going to trade down potentially? What do you think they're going to do, Jay?
I feel like they need to get a lineman. But me living in my fantasy, I want them to trade their pick up and go for Marvin.
Where do you think Marvin will be going, though? I think the team how far you think they're
top 5?
Okay.
I think Marvin definitely going forward to Arizona.
I don't think it's because they don't need a quarterback. Kyler still is very good. They just need some help.
If he don't go 4, he might go to LA. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, 4 or 5.
I'm gonna be honest. The thing, and I like Jado that you brought up Marvin. The thing about Marvin is, if it wasn't so many god awful teams with god awful quarterbacks, it's not insane to say that Marvin is a first overall pick type of player in most draft classes where these other teams have competent quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm. Like, what's funny though?
Am I reaching?
What's funny, bruh? You saying that, I don't even think Marvin the best wide receiver in this class.
I know you.
I done said it before. I think Malik Neighbors better. I think Rome Odunze better. Brian Thomas out of LSU. We're going to have a conversation about him. But, no disrespect to Marvin. It's just to show you how deep this wide receiver class is, this draft.
It's not getting talked about either. They nice.
No, it's not at all. There's so many good wide receivers. I mean, look at Keon Mitchell Keon Coleman, out of Florida State.
Yeah.
He's probably going to be out the first round. And I mean, a couple months ago, we were talking about this guy on the same level as Rome Odunze, as all these other guys. So this wide receiver class is deep. Now, look, we say that every year there's a bust, right? I mean, last year, Chargers took Quentin Johnson. Everybody thought he was the best thing since sliced bread, and he was just awful. I mean, a couple years ago, A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf, Justin Jefferson, those guys kind of fell down. I mean, they took Jalen Reagor before Justin Jefferson. Like, come on now. So every year we misevaluate draft prospects. We misevaluate these wide receivers, especially because a lot of it is scheme dependent. But I think Marvin Harrison is a good player, but I wouldn't be surprised if some of these other dudes have better careers than him.
I think Marvin is such a can't-miss prospect that if he's even put in remotely the right situation, which he should be in Arizona, the only person that can stop him is himself.
A lot of these receivers nowadays, though, like these new generation receivers, everybody run a route. I'm talking about like the crispy route. But then they hands, they 50-50. I can't do that.
But he has.
I think that's so good about Marvin. Like his pops,
it's certified
from birth. He's been trained. He's been in that wide receiver room. You know what I'm saying? He's been training. Not only from a physical standpoint, but from a mental standpoint, how to see the game, how to move, how to get leverage, all that stuff. So I think he definitely has a lot of intangibles. He carries himself the right way. He's a humble kid, all that stuff. But for me, he just don't got that. He don't got that oomph to me. Like Malik Neighbors, I see him. He got that oomph. And part of it too, Marvin didn't do any combine drills. He didn't do anything at the pro day. Versus these other guys, you see them running 40s, and you're like, dang, that dude fast. And we ain't seen that with Marvin. I think that's part of the problem. Why I don't feel it that way for him. Like I said, I think he's going to be a decent wide receiver at the end of the day.
I think Marvin's physicals aren't as good as we think they are, and I think that's why. But we've had
they don't really need to be though.
We've had elite wide receivers who don't have the best physicals.
Jerry Rice.
Yeah, and another one. Well, Jerry Rice still like 6'4" though.
But he wasn't really fast. He won the most athletic, but he was always open.
And somebody else whose physicals probably looked god awful. Antonio Brown's physicals probably looked god awful.
Yeah.
And we always talked about him being Julio Jones 4 inches shorter, same type blend. So, but kind of jumping back to what you were saying, I think that the Bears should go lineman here. I think you spending all this money and all this time on this quarterback, you need to protect him. If Joe Alt, I thought we were talking about Fashanu and Joe Alt. I think Joe Alt does still go first, but Fashanu should be right there behind him off the board.
For sure. I think as far as lineman goes, I think Tennessee obviously is going to take one. I think the Chargers, if they don't go receiver, they're going to go lineman. But I've heard a lot of buzz that the Chargers really, really like Malik Neighbors out of LSU. So I think especially after trading Keenan Allen, cutting Mike Williams, I think they might. But also Harbaugh, he's kind of a weird dude. He kind of does what he wants. So I wouldn't be surprised if they went lineman here too. So I think Chicago, the best option for them will be stay pat, take the best lineman available, whether that's Joe Alt, whether that's J.C. Latham, whether that's Fashanu, all them stuff. So I think that would be a good direction for Chicago. Also, wouldn't be surprised if they went edge rusher here. You know, maybe Tom Robinson, somebody like that.
It's a good bit of linemen in his draft too, like great linemen. So like it's like can't miss linemen. So
Jado, we say all that to say this. I think y'all in good hands. It's kind of hard for y'all to mess up.
Just don't charge it up. I mean, just don't bear it up. My bad.
Hey, as long as y'all better than the Packers, that's all we can ask for.
Oh.
hey, we winning this.
Y'all just got it straight, bro.
Y'all not winning the division. I'm gonna be honest.
Detroit. We gonna see about Detroit.
I'm not even worried about the division. If we beat you in a game, I'm happy.
Oh, that's the problem. That's the problem right there. Y'all just looking for a 1 win? Oh no.
I'm gonna be honest. Where's the Jay? You being an actual Bears fan, where's your ceiling at for your team this year? What is a successful season for y'all? Seeing that y'all made all these moves y'all made moves kind of like how I'm looking at the Texans. Y'all trying to have this Texan style season of moves. So where is the ceiling for the Bears?
I feel like our ceiling is like a second round playoffs.
I hope. I like it.
With all the talent they brought in, and as good as they say Caleb Williams is, type deal, I feel like we should at least win one playoff game, at least.
I ain't mad at it because I look at what the Texans did this previous year, and they made it to the second round. I think the difference or the biggest challenge is going to be it's hard to make it to the second round when you don't win your division. And I look at that division, you got Detroit, right? For all the jokes that we're making about Green Bay, they're still going to be a tough team in that division as well. Yeah. Minnesota, we'll see if they can solve that quarterback position. Minnesota's a pretty daggone good team, and they got good coaching. So I think it's going to be hard to make it. But I think at least you guys got to make the playoffs at least. But
Minnesota will always have a fighting chance to me as long as Justin Jefferson is in that uniform.
I don't know, man. I mean, yeah, but you got to have a capable quarterback. I mean, Justin Jefferson will win you games, but he's not going to get you to the playoffs. You know what I mean?
D-Hop did it all them years with you throwing him the ball. So I think,
Didn't he have Jettas have Nick Mullins throwing to him at one point? He had him looking like a starring QB. I was like, no.
In a fantasy world, though, no cap space, excluding our favorite teams. You know what? Even if you think, what quarterback would you love to pair Justin Jefferson with?
Patrick Mahomes. Come on now.
That's a cop out answer though. We got besides him.
Outside of Patrick.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert. Come on now. I actually
ain't mad at that one.
I've been. Hey, we trade 5th pick. We trade whoever they want. Y'all want Derwin James? We trade the whole entire team for Justin and Justin, okay? Like a law firm, you feel me? I trade y'all everything for Justin Jefferson right now, man. But also, Jalen Hurts. Let's be honest. Jalen Hurts and Justin Jefferson, I think, would be a great 1-2 combo.
I'm going to go a little different from y'all. I would like to see him and Josh Allen play together. I want to see how good Josh Allen really is. I've never been completely sold on Josh Allen. I just never have.
I'm still not.
Huh?
I ain't sold on Josh Allen, man.
I feel like Josh Allen is only good because of the personnel that he has had. Without Stephon Diggs, I don't think they make him.
I feel like it's 50-50 though. Stephon he didn't I don't think he had the biggest impact that people make it seem though. Like I don't know.
My thing about Josh Allen is I think that the biggest problem with Josh Allen was always, no offense, I don't think he's as smart as people want to make him seem. I just don't. I feel like you have to be extremely smart to be a quarterback, and I just don't think I think he has all the talent in the world, but it's quite a few quarterbacks who on the mental side I feel I would take over Josh Allen.
Oh, easily. I think that's what plays a factor in all the picks he throw. He reminded me of Brett Favre. Not necessarily the talent-wise, but it's kind of how you play,
Yeah, and Brett Favre was the definition of a gunslinger.
Yeah, 50-50 ball was his name, boy. You don't know which. Hey, he was lobbing them up.
What you got for us, Sean? This is number 3, man.
All right, number 3. My third question is, we talked a lot about offensive players, right? And rightfully so. Offense is such an important part of the league. But we also got to talk about defense, man.
I love defense.
And I'm looking at this draft class. I'm like, who's going to be the first defensive player on the board and where, right? So I'm looking at a couple teams like 8, Atlanta. They might take a defensive player. I'm looking at a team like 13, Las Vegas. They might take a defensive player. But what y'all think? Which team is most in need of a good defensive stud, right?
Well, I feel like that's a little tricky because I feel like when it comes to defense, I feel like most teams can use a good defensive player. Like you can plug them somewhere,
Nah,
give me a second to think about that.
I see what he's asking though. I'm gonna be honest. I think for strictly this year and from where y'all at, I want the Falcons to be the first team to take a defender.
Oh yeah.
I would love for Atlanta to be the first team to take a defender because it just feels right. Because even if you do decide, even if you suck next year, righteously, even I don't think you guys are gonna suck because that division is too wide. Even if you suck next year, you still have a chance to go get the QB you want. You're not
Sure.
stuck. You know, exactly. You're not stuck with what you're in. I would just love to see them take defense first.
Nah, for sure. But when it comes to defense, like for the longest time, I thought Atlanta might take an edge. But the more I thought about it, they just hired Raheem Morris off the Rams, who his defense was predicated off what? Having that stud D tackle.
Having a D tackle, yeah.
He got one.
Yeah, he do.
That's what I'm thinking about with Atlanta. Like, are they going to go edge or are they going to try to get another D tackle in? You looking at, those guys off Texas. Or even are they going to go cornerback? They got somebody play opposite of AJ Terrell in the backfield with Jesse Bates, all them. So, or secondary, with Jesse Bates, AJ Terrell, all that stuff. So Atlanta, I think they got a lot of options. And part of this is just because I'm not that sold on Dallas Turner. The more film I watch on him out of Alabama, again, I'm wearing the Alabama hoodie and I'm sitting here another Alabama player. But I'm just not that sold on Dallas Turner, who's probably considered the best edge rusher in the draft class. So there's a couple other guys, Chop Robinson out of Penn State,
Jared Verse
out of UCLA.
Yeah,
Jared Verse, he's a dog. I love Jared Verse. But I don't see him going in the top 10. But also Latu out of UCLA. I mean, he's probably considered the most talented, but he has a lot of injury concerns and red flags medically. So there's a lot of, when it comes to the edge rush position, there's a lot of guys who might be in the mix. Other than that, go ahead, Jay.
Sorry, I want to kind of throw you a curveball there, though. I think that going edge for Atlanta might be the best decision. But I would go, since we know Chop is, Chop's probably my favorite edge in this draft because, I love edges who are fast, get after the quarterback, and just move like little aggressive honey badgers on the field.
He versatile. I love it.
But I think edge might be the move for them. Their interior defensive line is very stout. You got Derek Brown and Grady Jarrett, in my opinion, is the best run stopping D tackle in football.
And he's consistent too.
That's probably not named Chris Jones.
Mm. And I mean Vita very pretty good.
Vita is pretty good. But that's just my opinion. He is the best run stopper not named Chris Jones.
I mean, yeah, that's true, but Grady Jarrett 30, man, that boy old. He
might be old.
There. I mean, he's still doing his stuff.
He getting up there, so we gonna see. There's a lot of.
Yeah, I don't think them taking the edge is completely out of the picture though.
What about the Falcons is they I just hope they don't draft nobody on offense. Please don't do it because you just signed a QB. Let's just see what he do. I mean, I didn't necessarily want him, but I mean, hey, you got a QB, you got your receivers, got tight end, you just got Bijan Robinson. So it's like focus on that line on the defense, man. Please focus on that. I mean, the secondary. I mean, you could probably pick up somebody, but not top 10 worthy. Like, so I'll probably end up going. I'm right with you on that defensive end, really. Very rush.
Yeah, other teams I'm looking at, mentioned Las Vegas at 13. They're in desperate need of a cornerback, somebody who can play back there, who can, to defend those Chiefs and wide receivers and such. Yeah. I'm also looking at Jacksonville and Cincinnati at 17-18. Cincinnati, I think they're going to try to I think they're really targeting Brock Bowers, the tight end out of Georgia. I think if they miss out on him or they don't have enough scratch to trade up for him, I think they take a defensive player, maybe a D tackle, to kind of shore that up a little bit. I'm also looking at Buffalo at 28. Buffalo's a team, they got a lot of holes right now. A lot of people are thinking they might take a wide receiver, but like I mentioned earlier, like this class is deep at the wide receiver position. And I do think they're just going to stay pat with who they got. Now, there's been a lot of rumors maybe they might try to trade for Brandon Ayuk. But if all that stuff kind of falls through, I do see them taking a defensive player because they got rid of a lot of cats this on defense. Von Miller, I mean, speaking of old guys, like come on now.
That man is a professional thief.
And then they
Yeah,
also
album.
they have Matt Milano, a linebacker. I think Matt Milano is one of the best linebackers in the league, but he did injure himself, and that's like a year-long injury. If I remember correctly, he like broke his leg or something. So I think he is one of the best linebackers in the league, but with him being gone, that's going to be another hit to their defense. So definitely think they need to target somebody. Like in the playoffs, they against the Chiefs in the playoffs, they had to bring somebody who was on the couch a week before to play defensive snaps for them.
He was watching the previous game before the week.
Right. So, like, come on now. We got to draft some young players into that system, you know.
I feel like with Buffalo, they definitely need to have reserves on go too though, because for some reason, every time it come playoff season, some major pieces get hurt on their defense. Like it happens every year, and people never talk about it. They talk about Buffalo offense. It's just like
I think Buffalo might be cursed.
For real.
they like the Clippers, man. I'm gonna be quiet though.
Y'all think they make the playoffs next year?
Buffalo?
Yeah.
You said do they make the playoffs?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm on the
I say they sneak in because this past year all signs was pointing them to them not making, and they found a way.
Well, in the NFL, like there's always turnover with the playoff teams. I think like only 3 teams that made it the year before make it again. You know, it's so hard to have that repeated success. So I know Buffalo, we'll see about them. You got teams who missed out, like Cincinnati.
I was just going to say that. Actually,
Burrow got hurt though.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like they're gonna be.
Yeah, that's the name of the game though.
I don't think Buffalo make it. Now that you missing Sherm, I think Buffalo might miss it.
So who's slipping in and take their spot?
You got the Jets. The Jets with Aaron Rodgers. They're gonna try to come in and take their spot.
Miami's gonna be good.
That's a tough one. I feel like Miami repeat. They make it again. Yeah.
I think Miami takes a step back. Honestly,
I mean, I agree, but I feel like they still make it some kind of way. But the AFC really is more open than people want to say though. AFC,
oh yeah, sure.
AFC got
Chargers not doing
with the Chargers, man. Bro, come on.
You know the Browns are another team that's kind of an anomaly to me.
Deshaun Watson been going crazy over there.
And he's gonna be.
He learned the system more.
When he can play, I think he's gonna be good this year though.
You know they're gonna get Nick Chubb back. You know we'll see what he looks like after what's that, like his 3rd major knee injury in his career. So we'll see what Nick Chubb looks like when he comes back. But they could be another team. And there's always a surprise team that sneaks in. You know, last year was Houston. Everybody thought Houston was going to be like a worse team in the league.
It was between them and the Colts, and I did not want to see the Colts in there.
Right. That's another team. The Colts might be better with Anthony Richardson back. So the AFC is stacked. They got a lot of good teams. But like every year, there's always a surprise team. There's always an injured team. Some major injury happens that affects teams. So we'll see. Even a team like the Steelers, man. Then the Steelers made the playoffs last year, right? Am I bugging?
They did.
They seem to do that low key.
I kind of erased that from my memory because nobody cares about the Steelers.
Not at all.
Yeah, I think this may be the last year that I think this may be Mike Tomlin's final hurrah as the Steelers coach.
I think so too. Unless they make it all the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think
he has a lot of mediocre seasons. I will say.
But I think him going with Russell Wilson for this last ride is gonna be a good one.
Let's ride.
Boy, I got a quick hot take.
What?
I say whoever draft Brock Bowers, for some reason I feel like that's gonna transform their offense. I just feel it. Whoever get him.
I think ideally I want to see him on the Bengals, man. That's a team that's been starving for a tight end. And another receiving option could also help. We know T. Higgins, he might be on the move.
He might be gone. I think T. Higgins is gone.
I think he is gone, yeah.
I think
the Bengals. I'm ready to see them back in the playoffs, man.
T. Higgins to the Bears sound crazy?
It doesn't. It doesn't. It does not sound crazy at all.
I said T. Higgins to the Bears.
I would like it. I like to see it.
I know, bro. How?
Or to the Chargers? Is that what it is?
Oh, to the Chargers. I want to see T. Higgins on the Patriots, man. But we gonna see.
You need somebody to throw the ball to.
Every time somebody goes to the Patriots that was looking pretty promising, it looked bad.
Then they started talking all type of about them. Like they ain't never did.
With Bill Belichick, man. We got a new coaching staff in there. They
we gonna see. I do want to see what they're gonna look like this year. I ain't gonna lie. I do want to see that.
Because even if they draft a quarterback, like say they get Drake May at 3,
JJ McCarthy,
who he's gonna be passing the ball to? So I think they need to bring in a quarterback.
Juju.
T. Higgins.
Is it insane for them to go wide receiver at 3?
The Patriots?
Yeah.
Not at all.
Okay.
Especially if it's Marvin Harrison, Malik Neighbors. Because they could take their wide receiver and then come back a year later and get their quarterback.
That just mean they have to have a firm plan in place. Y'all can't be BSing around now.
You know what else? Let me tell y'all this. Dak Prescott is going to be a free agent at the end of this year. Unless the Cowboys. So if the Patriots got a lot of cap space, they can move some stuff around. I wouldn't be surprised if they start building kind of a system, building that roster in place, and then going out and getting Dak Prescott next year.
But do they really want Dak though? That's the real question.
I think either them or Las Vegas. I think is going to be a Dak Prescott.
Vegas definitely need a QB for sure.
And Antonio Pierce got a little bit of a longer leash because he's coming into a situation that's hot and garbage.
If I got a quick question for y'all since we talking about the Raiders. Who y'all think the most likely team to trade up to try to get a QB?
The Vikings.
Does Minnesota count?
Okay. Yeah, Minnesota count. Yeah.
Vikings.
I feel like Minnesota might be the most ideal situation for a QB. One of the most ideal. Like what, a rookie coming in? For sure.
I mean, you're coming in with the best wide receiver in the league. Like, come on. I also wouldn't be surprised. Not a lot of buzz with New Orleans. But also,
a lot of people have been talking about him.
I don't know if they'll trade up in the first round, but maybe the later rounds, maybe they'll target a guy like Penix, Bo Nix, even Spencer Rattler. I wouldn't be surprised because right now they just got Derek Carr. I don't think he's a quarterback of the future for them. So
not at all. Not at all. Not at all. No.
Well, man, sun's getting real low. I definitely think this is one of the ones for the books, man. Jado, for your first time in the lounge, man, we hope to have you back, man.
Sure, for sure.
We hope that you leave your shoes at the door. We know it was a filling out period for you. But, man, hey, hopefully Sherm ain't scare you off. Sherm been scaring you.
No, he knows ball for sure.
But, yeah, man. But, hey, before we get out of here, man, we'd like to give a shout-out to everybody. Make sure you all enter the playoff giveaway that we have going on the Twitter right now. I'm not going to explain it. You better go to the Twitter. We have quite a few entries.
Head to the Twitter.
It's free money, baby. It's free money. I believe we will be closing it at, I want to say Sunday will be the last day that you can enter for it because we will be so far into the first round. So, yeah, man. But y'all let us know down below who you think is going to make it. NFL Draft Thursday. We have an episode coming Thursday, but I think we may just do like a live reaction to the draft more than anything Thursday, man. That's definitely gonna be one of them ones. We gotta see who is going number one. Quick question:
JJ McCarthy.
Who y'all think going number one?
JJ.
Jaden McDaniels. Not Jaden McDaniels. Jaden Daniels.
Malik Day was going number one. Yes, sir.
Shoot, Malik Cunningham going number one.
Yeah, going number one. Yes, sir.
Well, yeah, man. Sherm, any last words for us, man?
Hey, man, I just want to say, I said home court teams.
Don't say that crazy. Don't say that crazy.
The Bucks went and lost. So, clearly, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think the Bucks did just lose.
I mean,
we kind of knew that series was going to be nips up, though.
Hey, we going to see, man. Giannis on the way. But, hey, shout out to y'all, man. My laptop finna die, so let's go ahead and say our goodbyes.
All right, my boy Fed, what you got?
Let's go Falcons.
All right, man.
Falcons country.
No.
Falcons country.
We don't want to hear none of that. Let's fly. Let's go.
And I'm your host, the Lions heavyweight champ. And, man, we out of here, baby. Peace.